Cryptocurrency in 2025 has not been some kind of a random guessing game where you can kind of just throw darts at a wall and expect to be rewarded, nor are we going to be rewarded for just guessing in 2026 either. In fact, most beginners are going to lose money in cryptocurrency for one reason or another, but typically it comes down to the fact that they chase noise. And then of course, there's also a lot of noise and unnecessary FOMO online, way too much hype if you go looking for advice. What I want to do in this video instead is talk about a methodology, talk you through how I search for altcoins that I feel have real potential and how to basically narrow the list down. In this case, we're going to be narrowing down that list to just 4. Nothing too heavy in terms of charts or TA, just kind of a clear way to think about risk, upside, what's possible, what the potential is, and patience as well. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about not getting wiped out while still giving yourself some upside. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck. If you choose to invest, I do wish you well. Just remember, I'm not a financial or investment advisor, nor is this video official financial or investment advice. So how do you find altcoins, whether we're talking about 2026 or not, but in this case, in the context of a safe and effective 2026 altcoin portfolio? I would start by looking at the top 50 in cryptocurrency. That's kind of the range that's been the most rewarded. There are just too many other small cap altcoins, micro cap altcoins that are kind of being left behind as a function of the numbers out there. You may want to consider narrowing it down even into the top 30. These are the most likely altcoins in terms of having good fundamentals. Most of them have also been around for a while. Chances are for more than one cycle. They're not, shiny new trinkets. They represent solid portfolio choices if they've survived this long, with long-term upside potential. And stick to what works, right? DYOR, do your own research. It just means that you need to look at things like fundamentals, tokenomics. In every instance, you have to consider the tokenomics and avoid influencers that are going to promote their bags and then later dump on you. With that context in mind, we have to be responsible with our first pick and consider the coin that basically started it all. Of course, that is Bitcoin and BTC. We have always said, and I'm going to say here without exception, that there's no portfolio that is complete without at least some share of Bitcoin. It's one of the very few coins that will put you in profit if you just hold on to it, right? Like right now, for example, in fact, 80% of BTC holders are still in profit, believe it or not, despite all the recent pullbacks that we've seen. Because if you look at the fundamentals, you're going to find Nakamoto's white paper, for example. This is just one of the strongest, if not the strongest white paper in cryptocurrency's history. And I think there's a pretty solid case to suggest that it is the strongest. It's the undisputed best. If you haven't read it, by the way, you should check it out. It's not that long. Bitcoin's tokenomics are also terrific. 21 million max cap, of course, and the 4-year halving system. That just guarantees the mechanisms, that is, they guarantee built-in scarcity. It means that the current 8.2 billion in terms of world population has to divide those 21 million BTC amongst themselves, and there will be fewer and fewer BTC getting released. So if you don't already hold some Bitcoin, make sure you get your share. Now, price predictions of 200,000, 250,000, even $1 million. They can be hype depending on the time frame, but ultimately they will happen. It's actually inevitable that they will happen. I'm not saying it's going to be tomorrow or next week or next month or even next year, to be honest, but eventually these prices will happen. If you're with me so far, then you'd probably agree that owning at least 0.1 BTC right now will be worth your while in the future. The current price of BTC has dropped to kind of the mid $80,000 range, which is unfortunate to see. There's talk that it may drop even into the mid 70s. That's due to the whole Bank of Japan hiking rates. We've talked a lot about this. Check out our previous videos. I hope that doesn't happen, but if it does, look, it represents a great buying opportunity. And we are dedicating 40% out of our $1,000 or a full $400 of this portfolio to BTC. It is a very solid, and I would argue the best, most solid investment for the future. Our next pick is the first of 3 altcoins here that we have to consider, and we're going with Solana. SOL is the ticker, of course, SOL. If there has ever been a comeback kid in all of cryptocurrency, it absolutely must be Solana. You may recall that it hit $8, $8 per SOL back in December of 2022. It went back up to almost $293 in January, actually, of this year. So earlier in 2025, that was a new all-time high. So look, we're down from that, obviously. Despite, however, the current market situation, SOL is poised to do pretty well. It's one of these projects that's doing all the right things behind the scenes. The fundamentals here really are as strong as ever. In terms of recent news, and we covered this, SOL just dealt with the 4th largest DDoS attack ever in history. It lasted for at least 6 days in a row. And that's a sophisticated assault, right? Whoever did this probably, in fact, must have invested millions of dollars into it. And the good news is that despite that attack, Solana didn't so much as even budge. It stayed online all the time, which in itself is a remarkable achievement. Solana, of course, also has just a massive ecosystem that covers basically every sector that you can think of within cryptocurrency. So DeFi, RWAs, AI, oracles, also infrastructure, and the list goes on. Plus, there's also serious institutional interest in Solana. And yeah, of course, while the likes of BTC and ETH ETFs saw recent outflows, in fact, SOL ETFs saw inflows. There's also at least 18 companies that hold SOL actively in their treasury. And these DATs, or digital asset treasuries, show that there is strong belief and conviction in Solana as a project. And these DATs are certainly becoming popular. Famous ones are, of course, Strategy, formerly MicroStrategy, with Bitcoin. We also have the likes of Bitmine with Ethereum, and some more modest ones that exist for Solana. Now, given the current market conditions, a SOL price of anywhere, in the $120 or so range is just a great entry point. We're allocating 25% of this portfolio, or $250 for SOL. This Altcoin Buzz Spotlight video is sponsored by SUI. Because look, although the market has changed, SUI keeps pushing, and it keeps breaking records too. The Miston Labs team, which is the team behind SUI, they keep launching new products, and the ecosystem also keeps growing. Along with that, of course, we see all kinds of new statistics and metrics which keep reflecting new all-time highs for SUI. As a project, SUI is also killing it in all the big sectors it supports. Sectors like DeFi, where DEX volume keeps making new records with $175 billion. DEXs, perps, and inflows are all surging into year end. Institutions have gained regulatory custody plus liquidity support for SUI. For example, Crypto.com, they recently launched secure institutional custody solutions for SUI tokens. And of course, various native stablecoins are available on SUI. For example, the new native stablecoin USD SUI, that's by Stripe, Circle's USDC, SUI USDE in partnership with Athena, YLDS from Figure, and USDI, which is backed by BlackRock's tokenized money market fund BUIDL, BUIDL. Look, if you have not yet used SUI, or if you just haven't used them lately, come give it a try. And also follow SUI's X account for all the latest updates. Check out the links in the description of this video. All right, next up is definitely one of my all-time favorites in the form of Chainlink, and LINK, of course. If there's any altcoin or project that is seriously undervalued, I'd say it has to be Chainlink right now. You can find it everywhere, kind of working in the background of the cryptocurrency world. It started out as an oracle, but nowadays it's doing a lot more. There's so much that Chainlink is involved in. For example, after a slow start, Chainlink's CCIP is now making money. It has accumulated almost $1.5 million just in fees. And of course, we're talking about the cross-chain interoperability protocol here. It currently connects 75 chains and 212 different tokens. Coinbase is the latest addition to the CCIP. And then besides the CCIP, of course, Chainlink just has a massive ecosystem. It covers every nook and cranny that you could think of within crypto. And to keep things running smoothly at all times, Chainlink has come up with a solution. They're calling it CRE, Chainlink Runtime Environment. And that's going to run any system, any data, or any chain. It is a purpose-built orchestration layer for on-chain finance. Furthermore, Chainlink also started its own reserve, and The idea here is that every week it adds LINK, L-I-N-K, to this reserve. This weekly number here keeps growing. It takes LINK out of circulation as well, and that fuels its scarcity as an asset. Currently, there's about 1.14 million LINK in the reserve, and that's equivalent to about $14 million at current prices. Besides the reserve, there's also presently only one other company with a LINK treasury. I think that's going to change over time, but that company is Caliber. The current price of LINK has suffered despite all of the positives that Chainlink is up to. LINK right now is at about $12.50. It's just a steal in my book, a great entry point. The only explanation I have for the low price of LINK right now is the fact that Chainlink is B2B, so business to business. That doesn't excite the average trader. This is really like the opposite of a meme coin. But that being said, we have so much confidence in this one. We are putting 20% or $200 of our budget into LINK. All right, last but not least here, our last entry on the list of altcoins is Hedera and its token HBAR, HBAR. And this project is kind of the odd one out in terms of this list. That is because technically it is a hash graph and not a blockchain. Now, they are both distributed ledgers, but they differ in terms of technology. So structure, consensus, speed, and governance. In a nutshell, though, a hash graph is superior because it has faster, more scalable, and more energy efficient consensus mechanisms. Hedera also has another rather unique feature, that is its council. In the council, you can find some of the biggest and the largest leading firms in the world. Its newest member is CBBG. This is the largest leading nonprofit industry association for digital assets and blockchain. Some of the other companies in there are just massive household names. You'll recognize them as well. They include Deutsche Telekom, Chainlink Labs, Dell, and IBM. During Q3, Hedera's ecosystem saw some pretty impressive growth. So for example, DeFi TVL, that went up by 53%. New accounts grew by 178%. We saw total staked HBAR that went up more modestly, but still up by 1.9%. And the stablecoin cap that went up by 1.4%. These are good numbers, and they confirm the potential that people see in Hedera. The current HBAR price is at about 10 cents right now. HBAR took a hard hit really ever since July. That's when it was at about 27 cents. But still, this is a project that's doing all the right stuff behind the scenes. Its fundamentals are as solid as ever. We're allocating our last $150, our last 15% to HBAR.